I woke up today, yeah, feeling good, I'm ballin'. I just copped a drop, could've copped a Rari. Feels like yesterday, yeah, nigga, I was starving. I just fucked your bitch, I ain't never sorry. I ain't never sorry.
In this mixtape generation, it seems like all these players are locked for the NBA, but that's just not the case.
We are introduced to these young basketball phenoms through these YouTube channels that produce these flashy highlight videos of them with millions of views. For some, they do go on to the next level and fulfill their NBA destinies, and as for others, well, they unexpectedly fall off for various different reasons. Please enjoy as me and my friend Cameron talk to you all about the top 10 high school basketball player fall-offs.
And at number 10, Mickey Mitchell. Once the number one player in the class of 2015, Mitchell dropped off dramatically. After a series of injuries and transfers, Mitchell finished his career ranked outside the top 100 and continued to struggle throughout college, transferring from Ohio State to UC Santa Barbara and then again to Arizona State.
At number 9, we have current Tennessee guard Aquille Carr. Aquille Carr was the best dunker in high school at the time. To winning the City of Palm dunk contest, to running the state of NC with dominant teammate Harry Giles, Aquille Carr committed to the University of Tennessee, which is a mediocre basketball school in the SEC where he was expected to contribute well his freshman year. Well, that wasn't the case for him, as he has already disappeared amongst the roster, averaging 8.1 minutes per game and a measly 1 point per game.
Now, number 8, the shift team general himself, Trevor Dunbar. Gathering millions of views throughout his career, Trevor Dunbar captivated everyone with his lethal crossovers and dribbling exhibitions, so much so that he even got Kyrie Irving's attention. Despite all this internet success, Dunbar barely had any offers coming out of high school and ended up at Washington State, where he was involved in a fight that ended his career there, dropping him all the way to the JUCO level.
Kiwi Gardner was a 5'7" YouTube sensation, containing multiple videos well over 1 million views. Gardner was one of the first to bring excitement into high school basketball on YouTube with his insane hops and great dribbling ability. Kiwi had an offer from Providence, but had grade issues and had to play at a JUCO called Midland College. After playing 1 year there, he found himself on the D-League Santa Cruz team in hopes to make an NBA team. After multiple seasons of being stuck in the D-League, Kiwi now plays for the Westport Malaysia Dragons in the ABL.
Number 6, Shaquille Johnson, once ranked 92 on ESPN's Top 100, was one of the first high flyers of this generation. He gained his fame from postering his opponents time and time again. Johnson reportedly had a 45-plus introvert that took him to the University of Auburn, where his troubles began, getting a felony assault and multiple marijuana possession charges that got him dismissed from the team and landed him at a JUCO in Florida. Now his NBA dreams are farther away than ever before.
An athletic, exciting shooting guard in Gabe York, landing him at number 5. York was a very explosive player for his position and very bouncy for his size. He brought oohs and ahs to those in the arenas he stepped in, and also to the ones at home on their computer or on their mobile device watching his mixtapes. Gabe York was simply a bucket who had a knack for getting to the rim aggressively for his size and also a nice shot. Gabe York committed to the University of Arizona over Louisville, Marquette, and Washington. With this commitment, this gave the University of Arizona the number 3 overall recruiting class that year. Gabe York went on to become a 4-year player and is now in the D-League playing for the Erie Bayhawks, looking to make an NBA team.
Now, number 4, Cliff Alexander, a one-time basketball prodigy, now turned NBA project. Cliff Alexander was a top 5 recruit that fell off the basketball map after a disastrous first year at Kansas. Now he's trying to walk a different path to NBA success. While at Kansas, the 6'8", 240-pound center only averaged 7 points, 5 rebounds, and half an assist. This, along with off-the-court issues at Kansas, led to him going undrafted in the 2015 draft. A big surprise to us all. Cliff still kept working and now is fighting for his life in the NBA after being cut by 2 teams, getting cut again, and landing with the Long Island Nets in the D-League.
Now to number 3, the greatest high school player under 5'9" ever, Aquille the Crime Stopper Carr. Aquille was not only a growing sensation on the internet, but also a role model. Standing at 5'6", Aquille Carr did not let height hold him back, as he was arguably the most exciting player in high school history. He received offers from Connecticut, Memphis, Seton Hall, USF, and Texas. Growing up in Baltimore, his nickname was the Crime Stopper. Crime rates literally went down because of his high school games. Aquille Carr competed in the same league as Carmelo and Rudy Gay, and it seemed like a long shot for him. But Carr racked up scoring records and multiple area MVP awards while leading his high school to his first ever state championship. He was offered a $750,000 pro contract from an Italian club. He took up on that offer after committing to Seton Hall and says he regrets it till this day as he bounced around the D-League. The last team he played for was the Baltimore Hawks in the ABA.
Now for number 2, Seventh Woods. Seventh Woods broke onto the scenes in 2012 with his intense battles with Dennis Smith and one of the most watched mixtapes we've ever seen, having over 14 million views. As a 14-year-old with incredible talent, I for sure thought Seventh Woods would be a one-and-done prospect, but as the years went on, that idea faded with it. At his peak, Seventh was rated as high as 15 on ESPN's ranking system. By the time he graduated, he had dropped below the 50s. Still, throughout this time, he picked up a UNC offer, and that's where he chose to go. During his freshman season, Seventh averaged 1.5 points, 1.5 rebounds, and 1.2 assists per game. He still has 3 seasons to go, but now the NBA feels like a far-fetched idea for him.
With labels like #1 high school player, future NBA star, and most versatile big man ever, we cannot help but to put big ticket HG Harry Giles at #1 biggest high school fall off. HG was ranked higher than players like Josh Jackson, Jason Tatum, Lonzo Ball, De'Aaron Fox, Malik Monk, and others. All players who have gone on to have exceptional freshman years at their schools, and all who are without a doubt lottery picks in this upcoming draft. HG was on top of the world, and a player I personally viewed as untouchable because he simply could do it all. Sadly, the man has been very unlucky with these knee injuries. In June 2013, he suffered a torn ACL, MCL, and meniscus in his left knee, and 2 years later suffered a partially torn ACL in his right. He eventually made his college debut December 31st. HG hasn't quite looked the same since he's been back, and with this injury history and very low production in college, averaging 3.9 points per game and 3.8 rebounds per game, I see him being drafted second round if he's lucky. Harry Giles was on the verge to become one of the most versatile big men, but has just had an unfortunate occur of events in his early career.